Hi everyone. So recently I've been building some pretty large structures, just like this one, a Safari Hotel, and this hotel, and they were actually quite easy and quick to make. So I thought I might as well just share the process as to how I built these. So obviously I don't place all these pieces by myself because it's just really tedious, and there are a lot of small pieces in there, which I really wouldn't be bothered with to just build by my own by hand. It would just take way too much time. So what I've done is I've built some segments for these buildings and just place them down, and you can probably see these pieces back in this building, and then afterwards you only have to fill up a few pieces, a few places, I mean, and you have a pretty solid building. So of course this uses the track design save function in Roller Coaster Tycoon. So if I have a segment and I place down like a little ride that I made myself, test it, let it go around for a few times, and then I can save my track design. So if I hold this, if I hold my mouse on this track design button, I can save the track with scenery. And what this allows me to do is select the piece of scenery that I'd like to save with it, and this way I can just place down a large section of scenery really easily. However, selecting the scenery really isn't fun, especially when you have like really small pieces. You have to be super precise because otherwise you accidentally click another piece of scenery, and then it deselects again and you have to select it again. It's really tedious and really not fun to do. It takes a lot of time. So there is this select nearby scenery feature as well, but it only affects scenery that is like directly next to the track or directly above it. So that's not really useful either. So what I've done is I've changed a little piece of code in the OpenRCT source and built like a hacked version of the game, which modifies the way the select nearby scenery function works. So let's go ahead and use that instead. So I'll exit OpenRCT. So here's my little build that I made, and you can download it in the description below. There's a link to Mediafire, I believe. So let's just go ahead and use this instead. So there we are again, just the same save file. And let's try this again. So let's place down my little template. I actually have this saved because I use this really small ride so many times to save scenery that I've just gone ahead and save it, even though it's really simple. So there you go. Let's go ahead and save my little ride. So now if I press the select nearby scenery button, then it will actually select any scenery that is within a 20 by 20 radius around the ride. So that's actually really useful because this way I don't have to like press everything manually. You can still do so. So this is really useful. You just have to make sure that there isn't anything nearby. So now I can just go ahead and save this. I actually already have this saved. It's my ZZ Hotel 02 center piece. So as you can see, I just like to stick to a naming convention, just because it makes it a lot easier to find certain elements. And thanks to the ZZ at the beginning, they also will stay at the bottom of my list of custom tracks, so that way I can easily identify which one is meant as a scenery piece and which one is actually meant as just a ride, you know. So now that we have these pieces saved, we can just start building our hotel. So I don't actually have a spot for this, so let's just go ahead and create a bit of flat terrain. There you go, that works. And let's just get our pieces. So let's just start off with my little tower piece that I have. So I have a few pieces made already. So I have this like tower thingy, this corner piece, the centerpiece that we just saved, and a filler piece that will go in between each of the elements. So I start off just with like a tower piece. I think might be fun to do. Let's get, oh, that's the wrong one. The center one. Place it down. Let's get like a corner, I guess. So we can go around like so. And we might actually just build our entrance to this hotel in between two towers. I think that would be really, really cool. So let's actually get like 5 tiles in between it. And let's get another centerpiece, I guess. There you go. So as you can see, I can really build a hotel really, really quickly. And this just works for any really large structure. It's just a really easy way of building it. So now what I have to do is get my filler pieces, which I can place in between them. So actually with this piece, I placed my little track, my template track, a little farther away from the scenery piece. This is because otherwise it would like collide with the walls that I already built, and I would actually destroy them, which I wouldn't want. So I just like doing it like this. There you go. Let's get ourselves another one. So you still have to place all these little pieces, but it's a lot better than actually having to build every like having to place down every single piece by yourself. So this really speeds up the process like a lot. And as you might have already been able to see, I completely did this for this building as well. So you can tell where each piece is. Like this is the end piece, which is over here, and the center pieces, and then I used the filler piece. You don't really see them too much, but they just finish it off. And it always helps when you have a really large building to add some, to always have parts that you don't yet see. That gives your buildings a lot of body. I don't know, it just really helps making them look a lot better. So having these like tucked in parts of the building just really helps with building these large structures to make them look a little less repetitive than they actually are. So yeah, there you have it. This is like the beginning of your hotel. Now the only thing you have to do is like build a roof, and make sure that you fill in the pieces that you want it to be a little different than the parts that you already have. So in this case, for example, I would build like an entrance here out of glass, of course, because glass is beautiful. And then when I'm done fairly quickly with my little hotel. And the cool thing about this is like I can reuse these later as well and build another hotel with a very different shape, but still in the same style. So that's another really cool thing about this, well, technique, I guess you can call it. Let's just go ahead and finish this little entrance thingy, just so that we have like a neat little example of what it can look like. Of course, you can just use whatever style you want, and this technique really works for any kind of building, unless you're like doing some really crazy kind of thing. I don't know, but it should just work for most of the builds. It works really nice with hotels so far. It's the only thing that I've tried it with yet so far, but I really enjoy building dark rides as well, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to be quite useful for dark rides as well. Because I kind of like to keep my rides like a little bit realistic. So for example, a dark ride most of the time just has like a really boring hall built around it with some trees in front of it and maybe a facade. So just I'll probably in the future make some pieces that they will just look like a normal hall, and I can just plop them down and build them around my dark rides, and that way have a dark ride really quickly, which would be really useful, I guess. So there you go, got a little really simple entrance. So I hope anyone can use this for their own builds. It's really easy to do. It's a lot easier using my little hack. Otherwise, it's still really tedious to do. But it definitely speeds up. Even if you don't use my little hack to select nearby scenery a lot faster, it can still be really useful to do it like this. So there are a few limitations though with the select scenery function, which I forgot to tell. One of these things is that if you have like a fence in your building, like over here, that is what do you call it? Which isn't straight, like as if it were to be placed on some terrain that isn't straight. Then it will actually save it as if it's straight. And also when two scenery objects share the same space, they will also not work. So for example, if we look over here, you can see with these corner pieces that it's missing the other roof part that makes up this roof. So it might require a little bit of fixing, but really it's not that bad. So I guess that's it for me this video. I hope you can use this, and well, let me know if you've used it and show me what you got. This is it for me today, and hope to see you later. Bye.